Okay, so in the last video we actually forgot to do this step, which is Viet Minh patrols, and you have to roll on the supply head table and deduct French supplies. So this is actually a rule that was added within errata. That's why I forgot it. So basically roll on the supply head table, and if you get ammo on the supply head table, then the Viet Minh actually get that amount of ammo. So the supply head table is over here, and so basically let's just roll the die. We get a 6, which means that they deduct 2 ammo. So France has to deduct 2 ammunition, 2, and if the French has to deduct any ammo, the Viet Minh will gain 1 ammo. So they actually steal some ammo. Okay, and now we can get on with the pre-assault phase, and so we did the French barrages, and now we're going to do the tactical move. So now each unit can move 5 movement points. Okay, so next turn, the Viet Minh are obviously gonna continue to attack these hexes. Now I could do an assault with the French to try to retake one of these hexes, and then actually, if I get a good result, make them suffer some step losses, and then they really have to start refilling and decrease their morale. But I'm wondering, so let's say that they put barrage markers next turn. They will probably try to barrage the French here. So the Viet Minh can only put barrage markers in or adjacent to strong points, because their artillery is sort of pre-aimed at the strong points. However, they do have some special barrage markers belonging to each division. Is a heavy weapons barrage marker, and that can be placed anywhere, except it has to be placed within 2 hexes of a Viet Minh unit. So I could try to spread out these French guys a little bit so that they won't, like, I guess the Viet Minh will try to barrage here and here so that they don't hit themselves. I could actually try to spread out these units a bit. So maybe, I haven't tried this before, so let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3. Although if they are encircled, these guys won't be able to actually get in and help in the fight. That is annoying, of course. Let's see, do we have anything over here that could help? So these guys could potentially move into, so they will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could get all the way up here, which would make it possible for, let's say, 1, 2, 3. And this guy could move out 1, 2, 3. So in this case, the Viet Minh would have to go in with something like this guy. It could move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can actually block this one from reinforcing the battle. Well, I guess we could. I think we'll try this, and let's see what happens next turn. If I just stay there and get artillery, then they'll die anyway, so we'll see what happens. Some tactical maneuvering over there. I wonder, I mean, the French has tons of units that they could move. So one clue is where the Viet Minh will actually move their trench markers, because if they move the trench markers up here, then I might want to start reinforcing the D1 stronghold, for example. But on the other hand, if they move the trench marker up to this zone, then maybe I should start considering reinforcing Anne-Marie with some nice units from the center here. So right now I'm not really sure what's going to happen. So maybe the French will actually just wait and see what the Viet Minh player will do before they start to rearrange their troops. Okay, so now we come to the French assault phase, and then I think in this case the French will just relax. They won't do any assaults. So we go directly to the French post-assault phase. So we have some French attrition. Any isolated French unit would be eliminated at this point. And after that, you place isolation markers on people that are isolated, but all French units are in line of communication. And then we remove and add shaken markers. So first we remove shaken markers from all Viet Minh units. And we add shaken markers to French units that are adjacent to Viet Minh units, but not entrenched. So this guy is obviously entrenched. So although he's adjacent to the Viet Minh units, he doesn't receive a shaken marker. So we don't have any French units that are non-entrenched and adjacent to a Viet Minh unit. Now we also mark in the French attrition segment, another addition is the Rats of Nam Yung. So again, the French take a supply hit, this time with a -2 modifier. So it's down to 1, so we deduct 1 food and bullets. Ouch. Okay, and yes, the attrition, now it's the Viet Minh trench digging segment. You flip all the dig markers to trench markers. Right now we only have trench markers. And then we move one single trench marker and flip it to the dig zone. So, okay. Well, the idea was to try to isolate Beatrice, so moving up the trench marker here. So that will be a dig zone, which is basically the same thing as a trench zone, except you can't move it forward until it has flipped until it's to its trench zone, and they can't do valley move or the operational move into that zone. So I mean that was the idea. On the other hand, now if the Viet Minh moves, if they would move it up here, it would be easier for them to pick off these units that just left Gabrielle. They wouldn't have to retreat back in order to be entrenched. No, I think we'll stick to the plan and try to isolate Beatrice. So this marker is moved to the second zone of the 312th division. So now this area is a trench zone because it's behind the dig zone marker, and this area here, the lighter shaded one, is a dig zone, which means that the Viet Minh will be entrenched in this dig zone, and except that they cannot move in the operational moves into this zone. So this dig zone marker will be flipped as soon as all French strong points within this zone have become Viet Minh control. So basically, as soon as we take Beatrice, then because Beatrice is all in this dig zone, then this will be flipped to a trench marker and can be moved forward again. Okay, and that's the end of the first turn. New game turn segment. So the next game turn will be the 16th to 18th of March. And the surrender number is now down to 59, so the Viet Minh really has to take some strong points this turn.